Farm business registration, it is the act or the process of formally registering your business, which is your farm or your agribusiness, with authorized institutions. So it gives you the legal backing and the permit to operate in a certain country. Here in Ghana, we have a lot of business registrations or different types of business registration. And in this day and age, we are encouraging farmers to formalize their business. So it doesn't matter if you have a 1 acre farm or a 2 acre farm. It is very important that you register so that you are able to formalize your operation in Ghana. You can walk into any bank, access funding. You can also invite business partners or investors. These and many more are we going to be discussing today on the Ghanaian Farmer TV. This is Farming Today. My name is Enyona Manye, but when you see me in town, call me Ghana's finest farmer. So the topic we are looking at is unlocking opportunities, the benefit of business registration for farmers. Unlocking opportunities, the benefit of business registration for farmers. And my guest is a private business consultant. He's in the person of Mr. Emmanuel Ama. He's been doing this for quite a long time. So for all my cherished viewers across the globe, those who are planning to come home, especially in Ghana, to buy land, to set up farm, to invest in agribusiness, this information right belongs to you. A big thanks to our proud sponsor, Roko Nano Urea, for being a part of this production. Get interactive on all our social media platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and of course on YouTube, The Ghanaian Farmer. This is Farming Today. I'm going for a quick breather. When I come back, my guest will tell us more about the various types of business registrations we have available for a farmer to tap into. I'll be right back. Thanks for staying. If you just tuned in, this is Farming Today on the Ghanaian Farmer TV. And our topic is the opportunities in registering your business as a farmer. Thank you very much, Mr. Ama.
Thank you.
For coming to educate us.
It's a pleasure.
Now, briefly, when we talk about business registration or farm registration, what exactly are we talking about?
Business registration is broad. It's a type of registration which basically I could say it's officially or legally empower you to do business in Ghana.
Okay.
So it could be farming, it could be any sector of the economy.
Estates, oil and gas.
Any business you want to do in Ghana, business registration requires you. It's a legal backing by the state, or by the state, to run a business within the scope of Ghana.
Who is the authorized agency that people can walk to that agency to register their business?
Yeah, officially it is the Registrar of Companies. It used to be the Registrar General's Department, but now it has changed to Office of the Registrar of Companies.
Okay.
And they have branches, the head office is in Accra, they have branches in Kumasi, Tamale, Takrady, and Sunyani, and Sunyani.
Okay. Right. Now let's delve into the various types of business registrations that exist.
Okay. One, we have sole proprietorship, which is more or less like a small scale enterprise, or people call it one-man business. And that is one. The two, we have a limited liability company, which is 2 or more directors, and then you bring in, and then 1 or more shareholders. And then we have partnership. And then we have limited by guarantee, which is non-profit organization. And then we have public limited liability company. Yeah, so these are the various types of companies we have.
Great. Okay. Now, among all this that you mentioned, are there some step-by-step requirement or documents we need to present in the process of formalizing our farm?
Yeah. So let's start with sole proprietorship, which is one-man business. By the Act, Business Name Act, it's solely for Ghanaians. And it's more or less like the small-scale business registration. So that one has one personality. and it involves a Ghanaian, for that matter. Now, the basic requirement to register sole proprietorship is one. There's a prescribed form. You can get it online when you Google www.orc.gov.gh. You can get sole proprietorship business forms registration, or you can pick it up at the head office, at the office of the Registrar of Companies, for free.
Okay.
Because the fee is it's incorporated in the forms.
Right.
So when you get the forms, you fill the form. The basic requirements are the name of the company, the nature of business, the registered office, the postal address, the residential address, the date of birth of the owner, and then the email address.
Okay.
So, and then you state the type of farming, or if it's general farming. But there's one thing with the name. Any name that you produce, we conduct a search. If there is no similar one on record, then we will go ahead and then approve it, and then you get your documents. And the fee for that one is 120 cedis. That's the official fee for sole proprietorship.
Okay.
And what we need now is you need your Ghana card, a snapshot of your Ghana card attached to the form. Then we continue with the process.
Okay.
Yeah, but you need a tax identification number also from GRA. So if you don't have one, they can generate one at the office for you, because we have GRA office in the premises.
Okay.
Where they generate the tax identification numbers.
Great.
So
okay. So we've had the requirement for the sole prop.
yeah.
How about the other ones?
Good. With the partnership, also requires 2 or more people. But partnership basically involves like consultancy services. Basically, it's about services like consultancy for professionals coming together, like chartered accountants or engineers, basically. So for farming, it's not advisable to go to partnership in that sector with that type of business. Either you go in for the sole proprietorship or the limited liability.
Right.
Okay. So with a partnership, it's like the same information required by sole proprietorship, but in addition, you need an agreement. So when you prepare the agreement, we send it to Lands Valuation Board. Then you add it to your forms, partnership forms. Then they process it for you. But with sole proprietorship and limited liability, you don't need an agreement.
Okay.
So that one disadvantage with the partnership agreement is type of business. When there is any amendment, then you have to go back and do another agreement. So it's like back and forth. So it's not straightforward.
Right.
So people prefer either the sole proprietorship or the limited liability company.
Right.
Because that one, business can still go on irrespective of any changes.
Okay. And the limited liability, is it the same requirement that you mentioned?
Yes, with the limited liability company, it's the same requirement. One, we need the name of the company to conduct a search. Two, you give us the nature of business. The forms too, you can access the form on the net. When you go to orc.gov, you get a limited liability forms to print, fill, and then submit. But the requirements are basically the same. But the only difference is the directors have to state their stated capital, the capital requirement. For Ghanaians, it is 500 Ghana cedis or more.
Okay.
And there's a stamp duty of 1% on it. So any amount you state as the stated capital, there's 1% stamp duty.
Right.
But the incorporation is 470 cedis. So 1% plus the 470 cedis. Then you are good to go.
Okay.
And then number 2, you indicate the shares. If it's only you indicate you are the sole shareholder. If the other director is also a shareholder, then you have to indicate. And there's the additional form, which is the beneficiary owner. Maybe there's somebody who is politically exposed and other issues. So all the forms are there. When you fill it, then we go ahead with it. So in addition, with limited liability, along the line, you can still appoint more directors. You can still change anything you want to change. Maybe the shares, you want to transfer the shares to somebody else, it's allowed. There's no need for you to stop, go and prepare an agreement and come back. So whilst one person is not, the business can still go on. And the limited liability is a whole body by itself. Unlike the sole proprietorship, limited liability is considered as a whole body. So whatever happens to the body can affect indirectly to the directors.
The shareholders.
The shareholders.
Okay.
Assuming you go in for maybe a facility or something. So it's like if there's a debt or there is a liability, it's limited to your shares.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, maybe if the court decides that no, this case they have to lift the veil and go into deep. That is what is determined by the court. Therefore, basically, limited liability companies is the company it's a body on its own. So he manages, he shares, he directs, he pays everything. Though there are human beings owning it.
Okay.
So limited liability is for 2 or more people.
Right.
But for foreigners, if a foreigner is a shareholder, a foreigner can be a director and to still remain as the 500 or more. But if it's a wholly foreign, then their capital should be $500,000. That is services.
Okay, so let's get this clear. If the registration is 100% owned by someone from the US or Germany or UK,
foreigners,
and he's not a Ghanaian,
then
the capital required is
$500,000.
Okay. So how about if the person says, I want to partner with a Ghanaian farmer?
I'll come there.
Okay.
So wholly foreign is $500,000, and they'll pay 1% on it. We consider it as services. But if it comes into trading, he adds trading to it, then it's going to be $1 million as a foreigner. We are assuming that this registration is services. So services is $500,000. Then the stamp duty is 1%. The foreigner will pay, or the company will pay to ORC.
Right.
We are not expecting you to bring $500,000 to us. It could be cash or it could be your equipment. So the second one is if it's foreign and Ghanaian partner, then the foreigner's equity or contribution should be $200,000. Minimum for the foreigners should be $200,000 or more. And the Ghanaian will be 10% of it. So in total, it will be $220,000. So if, for instance, the foreigner brings $200,000 and per their arrangement, the Ghanaian is taking 50%, there's going to be 50% of the foreigner. But the minimum requirement is Ghanaian foreign partner registering a limited liability, providing services. The minimum capital is $220,000, meaning that foreigners own is 200,000, the Ghanaian is 10%, which is 20,000. So the total will be 220,000.
Okay. Right. That is very clear. Now, these businesses that you've made mention of, do I renew them year after year, or is just one-time registration?
No, after registration, for sole proprietorship, after registration, every year you have to renew it. Currently, the fee is 70 cedis per year. But when it comes to limited liability, it is 18 months after date of incorporation. Then you start the renewal. So that one, you add your audited account if the company has worked in that particular year.
Period.
You add your audited account. If the company have not worked, then your auditors will prepare a financial statement. Then you add it to the annual returns forms. There's a form, a prescribed form for renewal for limited liability companies. Add it to it. you add your letter to it, and you indicate by a shareholders resolution that you are filing your returns for maybe 2024 or 2023, or you indicate the number, the year that you are filing your returns on the letter, then you submit it, and you pay 100 cedis for each year. Currently, that is the fee.
Okay.
So normally we assume, not that we assume, but the filing of limited liability, we take it into consideration the ensuing year. So for instance, we are in 2025, but if you come to file your returns, it will be for the past year.
Okay. 2024.
2024.
Right.
So normally the renewal, the current year precedes the renewal date.
Okay.
And we don't file returns ahead of your prescribed or stipulated year or date. So if we are in 2025, then you have to prepare to file your returns for 2024, an example. Just like sole proprietorship too, if it's 2025, that one, you have to renew it each year once a year.
Okay. Now, the filing you talked about, is it done in person or online?
Currently, you have to do it in person.
I have to walk to the office?
Yes, and submit it.
All right.
But I think they are working on the online facility very soon. Maybe the registration can be online, and then all those services
can also be online.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we've talked about the sole prop, the partnership, the limited liability, but you haven't told us about NGOs. There are a lot of people out there who also want to come and support the less privileged in Ghana, but they don't know how to go about the non-profit organization registration.
Good. So the non-profit organization or the charity or the limited by guarantee, that is what the act says, company limited by guarantee. When you go to the website, you see the name, company limited by guarantee. Yeah, so that one is non-profit organization.
Yeah.
Basically, it takes the forms of a limited liability company. You give us the name, you give us the aims and objectives while you're setting up the organization. Now, when you give the name, same process. They will check the name. If there's none on record, then you submit it. You provide the same information like limited liability company. The only difference is there is no stated capital.
Okay.
There is no stated capital because we assume it is a non-profit organization. However, the NGO or the charity organization is required to earn some businesses, to earn something, maybe to provide, to cater for their administrative expenses and, I mean, petty expenses, staff, overhead expenses for utilities and stuff, maybe running of vehicles. So that one is allowed, but not to make, the main aim is not to make profits. Yeah. So maybe if a group of farmers, maybe by the grace of God, they have earned so much and they want to organize a charity program for the community that they are operating, maybe to help put up an education facility, like a school block building, or anything that they want to do to help the society. I mean, they can form an NGO,
okay,
so that they channel their charity through the NGO. So when they register the NGO, then you register with the social welfare department in your community.
Yes.
Now, the reason why after registering with ORC, you register with the social welfare department is in case maybe you are bringing in some items from abroad. Because it's an NGO, it's non-profit, you need a clearance from Ministry of Finance.
Okay.
So that the tax or the customs duty will not affect you. Maybe they will waive all those duties on it. So when you register an NGO, the next step is you go to social welfare in the community
register with them
as well.
Okay.
So that you'll be free when maybe you are bringing in items to donate to a charity or the community or in the name of the organization.
Right.
So at least when you get a clearance from Ministry of Finance, then you can go and clear your items.
Okay. Now, you made mention that when you're coming for, being it the sole partnership or limited liability, and you don't have a TIN number, there's the GRA office there who can create for you. There are a lot of Ghanaians who are also living abroad and they want to come into farming. So for us, we do a lot of education and advocacy, and we encourage them.
Okay.
Register the farm, create an account so you can run the farm as a business. But some of them have left Ghana for a long time, so they don't have the TIN number.
Yeah.
And you've been asking for things like their mother's name, their address, and what are the dynamics when it comes to people like this in terms of this TIN number and other things?
Oh, it's a basic requirement to register. Initially, currently they are working on the Ghana card and other. Ghana card, we have non-citizen Ghana card.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily being a Ghanaian. But if you're a foreigner, you can acquire a non-citizen Ghana card. So if you have that one too, you can use it.
Right.
If you have a passport too, for now, I don't know, but for now the passport, maybe you need some clearance from either your embassy or I'm not quite sure of that. But they can do it.
Okay.
As for the tax identification number, it's free. Just provide the information and then they'll do it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we add it to the requirement to fill the form, and that's how we do it.
Okay. Now, also for the foreigners who come to partner with Ghanaians to register the business, what clause is there protecting them as saying investors in this business? Is there anything that your office does to protect them, or they have to get a lawyer sort of to supersede or watch over the entire process? How are they protected with their money they are coming to invest?
Oh, the money they are coming to invest, one, we are not interested in the money they are coming. We don't know the amount they are coming. What we know is they have stated that this is the amount they are investing.
Okay.
And ours is the 1% you pay to ours. Any other business, then you need a lawyer to advise you. Maybe your banking, you go to your bank of your choice, you drop your money there, your investment there. Maybe you want a land, you need a lawyer, to take you through the processing of acquiring a land. If there's a documentation, you call in a law expert so that they will take you through. So all the aspects, apart from Registrar General, the next stage is the banking, maybe where you put your money there to invest. Now, before you go further to go acquire the land, you need to do a search whether the land is a genuine land, you are buying it from the right source. So all these ones, I believe when you go to their institutions, maybe Lands Commission or Lands Valuation Board or whoever is in charge, they can help you out. But basically with business, you need a lawyer and maybe you need a finance person or a finance person or a tax person to educate you on taxation. And I believe a Greek taxation issue is not too difficult.
Right. Okay.
But after registering, at the end of the day, you need a lawyer. If something is bothering you, then you consult a lawyer. Then maybe you advise you, tell you what to do or where to go. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So viewers, you're still watching Farming Today on the Ghanaian Farmer TV. My name is Enyona Manye. But when you see me, call me Ghana's finest farmer. And my guest here is Mr. Emmanuel Ama. He's a private business consultant. He does business registration. He gives business advisory. He gets clients who are here to do registering of their business. And he's enlightening us about the various types of business registration we have. Of course, the requirement. I'm going for a quick breather. When I come back, we'll talk more about some of the advantages that you as a farmer you stand to benefit if you go to their office to legalize or formalize the farm operation. Thank you very much. I'll be right back. Thanks for staying. If you just tuned in, this is Farming Today on the Ghanaian Farmer TV. My name is Enyona. Now, the services you mentioned. So for some business owners, when they call you, oh, Ghanaian Farmer, I want to register my farm. And then when you ask activities, He says, oh, we are into farming. Then all they write is farming. And then maybe subsequently come and call you, oh, Ghanaian farmer, now I want to add trading, commodity trading. I also want to do exports. I also want to do this. In such cases, do I come and do the registration all over again, or what do I do?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a good question. There's some registration. Initially, they specify the particular business into the name. Assuming an example, Madam Enyonam Farms. So when you bring in the farms or the objects or the activity into the name, then by the act or by the Companies Act, you are restricted to do only farming.
I shouldn't do buy and sell.
No.
But if I harvest my commodity, I'll sell.
You can sell.
Okay.
But the main objective is farming. You can't do, if trading, farming, maybe buying and selling, it's going to be something within farming. But you can't go and do general goods, trading in general goods, and then import and export of general goods. What you stated was farming. So it's farming of selling of farm produce and all those things. I don't know whether you are.
Can I do agrochemicals?
Oh, yes.
It's under farming.
It's under farming. So you have to state all those things there.
I said I didn't state. All I said, annual farms. And you asked the activity, I said farming. That's all I stated.
So if you want to branch to any other sector of the farming,
yes,
you just come and add it to it. Initially, you are doing general farming.
Yes.
Now, number two, you want to trade in insecticide and agrochemicals.
Yes.
Yes, you can come and add it to it.
When? Is it when I'm coming to renew or?
No, anytime at all. Anytime at all, what you want to add to it. Or if you want to change it, whatever you want to change, you can come and do it at any time. When you register today, and tomorrow you want to change the name, or you want to change the activity, or you want to add something to the activity, or want to delete something to the activity, you're allowed.
Does it attract any charges?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You also made mention...
the charge is less than the original registration fee.
Okay. You also made mention that the Ghanaian and foreigner partnership, we need to state our capital. You said you are not interested in our capital. Does it mean that the 200,000, it is not an amount that is supposed to be in the company's account? We just mentioned it and that's it.
Yes, we are not interested whether the money is here or not.
Or not. Oh, okay.
What we are interested in, what you state on the paper. I'm bringing in 1 million US dollars. Fine. We are interested in the 1%.
For the 1%, I have to pay it.
You have to pay.
Okay. Okay.
So any amount you state is 1%.
Okay.
To be paid to Registrar General,
Right.
in addition to the incorporation fee.
Okay.
Yes.
Now let's look at some of the benefits that a farmer, an agribusiness owner, being it value addition, being it buying and selling of the commodities and all that. What benefit do I derive from registering my business with you?
Oh, enormous. Number one, you become legally viable. Your business becomes legally viable. So wherever you go, the state is behind you. You understand? So it's like you've been to school, you have your certificate. You know you are educated legally. Yeah, you can present your certificate. So when you register it, the advantage is so huge that one, you can even go to your bankers.
Okay.
And then source for a facility to develop or increase your production. You can meet other organizations, other institutions, and then you introduce yourself now. This is what I do. Then you show them your business name certificate because you are protected by the act of the companies.
Right.
So once you are protected by the act, and the act is passed by parliament, so legally you are protected by the state. So one, you have the confidence to do business in country. The only thing is you make sure it's always valid. That is by renewing it each year.
Okay.
And you be in good standing. So that when you are dealing with somebody, and maybe because of global world, somebody somewhere is interested in a company. So you can just apply that, oh, I want to search on this company. Then you write to ORC. Indeed, when they check through, your name is there, the directors' names are there, they are in good standing, and then the person can do business with you.
Wait, someone can just write to you
Yeah.
Is it with or without my permission making a search on me?
Yes.
With my permission or without?
With or without your permission. Somebody can contact a legal firm.
Right.
That I want to invest into this company. You see, because that place, the office, your registration document as for the public consumption.
Okay. So anybody in the UK at all who wants to give money to the Ghanaian farmer can call a legal firm in Ghana that go to registry and check if indeed the Ghanaian farmer is a legally registered business. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Without him telling me.
Yeah.
And you guys will give them the information.
Yes.
Hey,
so no, assuming somebody has duped you.
Right.
And then you go to court. First thing, the court will ask you to conduct a search. Or if you want to go to court,
yes,
you have to go to Registrar General and conduct a search. It's just like you want to buy a land.
Okay.
You go to lands.
Yes.
And they conduct a search.
Yes.
So if I come to you and I say, oh, I have this company A, B, C, D. Let's do business. You take my particulars. I'm interested in the business. But you take the particulars. Then you go to Lands Valuation Board or whichever institutions and go and check.
All right.
If the documents are valid. Or you go to GRA. I want to deal with, is this guy, his tax clearance certificate, is it genuine? Is he a taxpayer? Or you come to Registrar General. You apply. You pay a fee. It goes to the registrar. They will minute it to the officers in charge. Then they conduct a search. Company A, B, C, D. These are the directors. This is the date of incorporation. Then you are good to go.
Okay.
Because you have nothing to hide. You know you are in good business. Because a lot of people are frauding people in town.
Yeah.
I have this company here and there. So if you don't do due diligence before you send your money to the person, you'll be
duped. Okay. Now we're about wrapping up the interview. For those who are in Ghana, some are even outside Ghana, because I've registered a couple of businesses with you, but they failed to do the annual renewal. When we come back, is the business still active? If it's not, and we want to register it again or renew it, does it come with any charges?
Oh yeah, the business is still active, but not in good standing.
Okay.
You see, two things. It's still active, but not in good standing because you've not renewed up to date. So what you do is you just renew it up to date. For sole proprietorship, you pay the number of years. Limited to, you pay the number of years. But the only difference is with limited, there is a penalty of 1,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
In addition to your renewals.
Okay.
But sole proprietorship, there's no penalty for now.
Oh, okay. All right. How about the name? So, for instance, the Ghanaian farmer is being registered. And for, let's say, the next 5 years, I've traveled out of the country, so I've not renewed it. If someone come with the same Ghanaian farmer, will you register for the person?
No.
So it's my bona fide property.
Yeah.
You will not even if I don't renew, you won't register for anybody. Okay.
The name is there.
Right. Okay. All right. So are there any clues or tips you'd want to leave with our viewers before we call it a day? And of course, if you don't mind sharing your number, those who want to do registration, they can reach out to you for also guidance and some extra information that I might have left out.
Yeah. Thank you very much. For little advice that I'll give is anything that you want, you either get a consultant or you go to the office directly, speak to an officer there, someone who is behind the desk who you can identify. Any institution in Ghana. So for Registrar General, for instance, you have a lot of guys around, you never know. You may bump into, oh, let me assist you here and there. So one, you go walk into the office, do the necessary requirements, then they'll guide you to register it. There's no problem at all. Or if a law firm, you want them to do it for you, they can do it. Or a chartered accountant firm. Or individuals like me, you call upon me at any time, I'll assist in the company registration and other business documentations that you need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where again is your office here in Greater Accra?
For now, apart from my office. I don't have. I'm planning Kumasi, but not yet.
Okay.
So maybe they can reach out to me on my number.
Okay.
It's either WhatsApp or whatever. And
Yeah, so you can share the number.
my number is 0244 656 380. 0244 656 380. And the name is Emmanuel Ama.
Okay, so that's Mr. Emmanuel Ama. He's a private business consultant. He's been in the area of business consultation, business registration for some time now.
Over 20 years.
For
Over 20 years.
over 20 years. Yes, that's how long he's been doing this. I've worked with him for a long time. I'm sure it's been more than 5 years. All my business registrations, he's the one who assists me. And you can work with him, or you can go through us, and then we will assist you to work with him. But he would guide you through the appropriate channel to be able to do your business registration. So this is purposely to enlighten the farmers, agribusiness owners, agripreneurs, anybody. So long as you're in agriculture space, we are encouraging you, let's formalize the agriculture business we are doing. Because most of the times, you are turned away from the banks, other grants come or opportunity come, and they said, oh, you are informal. Please, let's do the things the formal way.
Yeah.
So even if it's 1 acre or 2 acre, even if you have 2 pigs or 3 pigs, you have 1 goat or 1 cow, you buy small, wash, package and sell. You want to go into export, please register the business. It doesn't take so much. Look at the money he mentioned. He will charge you his fee, but the normal fee to do the registration too, it's not so much.
Yeah.
Just register and use that certificate to open a legal bank account in Ghana.
Yeah.
And then you can do your business. So when anytime there is any opportunity, you can present your document and tap into the opportunity. Remember, government announced that there will be some bank facilities to support farmers. But in the absence of these legal documents is mentioned, you don't stand a chance to benefit. So farmers, especially the corporate guys who are going into farming, do not go into farming without registering the farm. It's very, very important. This has been an insightful conversation on Farming Today on the Ghanaian Farmer TV with my guest, Mr. Emmanuel Ama. My name is Enyuna Manya, and big thanks to our proud sponsor, Roko Nano Urea. 80% of the nutrients in this fertilizer is absorbed by your plant. Okay, so it is less expensive, less chemical, environmentally friendly, higher yield. It also enhances the crop quality. Listen, this one, the promotional price right now is 240 cedi. 3 weeks after transplanting your vegetable, your corn, your cereal, you can do the first application. Remember to just use this cap, all right, measure it and pour it into a full water, a full knapsack filled with water, clean water, and then you can apply. In the morning around 5 a.m., 5:30, by 6, you're done with the first application. And then 2 weeks after, you can do the next application. With a little rain, you're good to go. Unlike the solid urea, you have to wait for heavy rains before you apply. You'll be negotiating with taxi drivers. This one, you know, with your small backpack, you're good to go. So why don't you try this? It's in a lot of countries, from Morocco, Guinea, Senegal, Togo, Benin. They are in Ghana. Let's jump on this. It's innovative and use it. JK Industries Limited here in Ghana are the major distributors of this. But if you call on the Ghanaian farmer, I would equally get you some bottle. Across the 16 region, you can get some to buy. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next week. Until then, thank you, sir,
You're
for
welcome.
coming. We appreciate your time. All right, bye-bye.